Well, apparently there is a hacker who exposed a Steubenville rape cover-up of a 15-year-old girl, and he is facing 10 years in prison. Um, I, I'm outraged. I'm absolutely outraged. I'm going to put the link to the video that the hacker posted. He basically had on an anonymous mask. He said, you need to come forward and apologize to the girl by New Year's Day. And this was a year ago, or else, or whatever. I don't. And he had screenshots of all the tweets that these boys tweeted back and forth, which were incredibly offensive, basically proving and admitting that they had assaulted this girl. The principal was in on the cover up, and he said, well, if she can't remember anything, how can she be scarred for life? And so this guy's facing 10 years in prison. Well, here's the problem, guys. The hacker is facing 10 years in prison. The hacker. Our court system does a horrible job of putting away sexual predators. And I can speak from personal experience. Okay? I've been assaulted. And you know what I got told? Watch what you say, or you could be sued for defamation. That's what I got told. I went to the police. They refused to take it to the state attorney, even though I had documentation, some form of evidence. I didn't have a rape kit. You know why? Because when girls get raped, they go into denial. That's why. They go into denial for however long it takes them to deal with the fact that it happened to them. So they don't just immediately think like a rational person and say, oh, okay, I'm just going to walk into the hospital and say that I was raped and let them examine me because, oh, that's the first thing that I want to happen is for someone to examine my private parts when I was just raped. Girls don't do that. But without the perfect little thing, nothing gets done, you guys. Nothing. And if it's a child and you report a child, oh, well, I've heard of cases where there were pictures proving that a child was abused. And you know what Florida was doing a few years ago? I heard it on NPR. Okay, first of all, daycare director, I knew a daycare director that told me there was a child there that there was a battle going on trying to keep the kid away from an abusive parent. There were pictures. The state put the kid back with the parent. Then I heard on NPR, okay, in Tallahassee, a 16-year-old girl raped by her father. They put her back in the house with her father. Now there's this girl in Steubenville whose life is changed forever. And I pray that she can heal emotionally. And if you're watching by some fate, know that there will be a judgment day. If these kids don't get judged here today on this earth, they will be judged when they die. So just have some solace in that. Hell does exist. When my mom got murdered by pharmaceutical greed, I read the Book of Enoch and I learned that hell really does exist no matter what the Catholic Church says, and it made me feel better. Okay, knowing that hell exists. You don't have to take revenge on anyone, but I'm irate. I'm tired of hearing about these cases of kids getting put in, taken away from parents for smoking a joint, put into houses that beat them to death, or put back into houses where they were sexually assaulted. And in the case of this girl, the principal of the school is even tweeting like, oh, how can she be scarred for life? She doesn't even remember. Okay, I'm sorry, but I've had one of those blackout nights. You know what I'm saying? And maybe that didn't happen to me, what happened to her. But yeah, we make choices and it puts us into bad situations. And you guys want to know why I'm so freaking conservative now? Well, now you know. If you know a girl that was bad who's now good, you gotta think in your head why that may be so. But I tell you who was not there for me. The courts were not there for me. There were counselors there for me. Counselors that made me realize what happened to me. Because I was in denial for years. Plural. There's no rape kit when you're in denial for years. Okay? This girl deserves justice. I'm tired of our court system ignoring this. And you know what the problem is when there's an abuse or when there's an assault, nobody wants to be the one to step up and say, okay, I'm going to advocate for that person. Everyone wants to sweep it under the rug. That's what they want to do. I've seen it time and time and time again. Time and time again. The girl deserves justice, and our system isn't giving us that. It's not giving justice to these kind of people, the real victims. It's giving justice to the people who pay for justice. And I've seen it time and time and time again. I'm tired of it. I am so tired of it. I have completely lost faith in our justice system. Like, I still follow the law, okay? I still follow the law, and I still follow the commandments. So I'm not planning any crazy revenge or whatever, because this isn't me, this particular event. But I'm tired of seeing it, you guys. I'm tired of it. And so, you know, I've been kind of on the edge about Anonymous, and I know Anonymous is just a bunch of random people, and some of them can hack, and I'm sure that, you know, they're individuals, and some may do good and some may do bad. But I think what this guy did was brave. You know, he didn't show any compromising photos of the girl. There's one photo that showed her clearly passed out that got tweeted around by these rapists, and he's facing 10 years in prison. They should be giving him a job, okay? I mean, I've reported to the FBI. There was some thing on InfoWars about children and CPS and being like record numbers of becoming sex slaves. And I was putting a comment and there were like 15 pedophile comments down there. Oh, pedophilia should be a right, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, this is crazy. I'm reporting this to the FBI. I report it to the FBI. I get nothing, no response. And you know what I hear from someone I know who is a lawyer, who has experience with this? He says, well, it's not illegal to say that you want to do these things. Well, yeah, it's not illegal, but that validates a warrant. If someone's saying, you know, tweeting a picture of a passed out girl and then tweeting, I have no sympathy for whores. Haha, I'm being really whatever tonight. That qualifies for a warrant. If someone's on a website talking about child sex slaves and they say, ooh, yeah, well, you know, 5-year-olds can have sex too, I think it's okay, it's a right. That is a warrant. I mean, you're blanket searching everyone right now, NSA. Blanket searching everyone. You're filing away my little Facebook posts, but you can't get an actual legitimate warrant for somebody that says stuff like that? That's why I have no faith in the system. That is why. She deserves justice. And I'm not saying anybody should go break a commandment, which does include murder, so don't be doing that, you guys. But oh my gosh. Our system is broken. It's broken. I know a lawyer who blatantly told me, a public servant lawyer, that he cannot do his job, especially when up against a corporation, because all the corporation has to do is hire a bunch of lawyers and fill them up with motions. And he's one guy working for the government, and they're 15 lawyers, and so he can't even do his job. That is a fundamental flaw in our justice system, and that's trying to do good. But he can't. Do you see the problem? They can have 15 lawyers, he can only have one. So these kids, these little sports stars in Steubenville, they've got the principal behind them, they've got all this. And this girl, she has lost faith in the system too. But you know what? You're right. Lose faith in the system. Don't rely on them. The best thing you guys can do is don't put yourself in a situation where anybody can do anything to you. This is why I'm practically a hermit, you guys. I don't trust people. And I sure as hell don't trust the police or the justice system to protect me, or even if I try to protect myself, to perform justice. It's just a joke. It's a joke. Justice does not exist anymore in America. You pay. Money pays. That's what I say about that. You want justice? Okay. Money pays. You better have more than the corporation or more than the little athlete boy rapists, because money fucking pays. I'm sorry. That's what it is. Money pays. So this guy, who's a freaking hero, is going to prison. I don't know. Maybe there should be a protest or something. Maybe this is old news. I just got it through Jesse Ventura's page this morning. I'm just so mad. So mad. Maybe she wore a miniskirt. Maybe she drank too much. It's still rape. Still rape. Period. And how do you know they didn't even roofie her, those freaking sick rapists? How do you know? Huh? You don't know. They don't know. They're covering it up because they enjoy football more than what's right in Steubenville.